If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. What's going on, everyone? My name is Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial. Today we're going to be talking about what a lot of people consider to be the big three in China when it comes to new energy vehicles. So this is going to be a very interesting audio today. Before we get into the audio, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And as always, make sure to leave a comment down below. I try to respond to everyone who comments on a video. And it also, all these things really do go a long way in helping out the channel. Okay guys, so without further ado, let's get into the audio. Like I said, many people in China do have a big three when it comes to new energy vehicles. That big three is actually probably something that many of you could have guessed but without even coming on to this video, and that is going to be NIO XPENG or XPENG and Li Auto. These companies really have been innovators in this space and represent the first generation of new cars. People in China actually group the three of these brands together as WeBull. And for those of you who don't know, WeBull is NIO's Chinese translation. Blue sky coming. Zhao is obviously for XPENG, and then Li is obviously for Li Auto. So WeBull's broken a lot of stereotypes and really redefined new cars to promote new energy and the intelligent transformation of the industry as a whole. But in today's flower-filled new energy vehicle industry, all car businesses have really faced obstacles, innovated, and actively transformed under the leadership between these three brands. Today there's a lot more mature, and I say mature up to the standard that these guys have set automobile companies in this market segment that we're discussing, which is new energy vehicles, doing things such as battery replacement, range extension, and intelligent driving. We're seeing all these things roll out and really defining what tomorrow's car will be. So essentially these are all ideas that, like I said, these three companies were at the forefront of. And now we're seeing so much competition in the space. And yes, consolidation is another thing. There will be consolidation. Companies will be taken to zero and be erased from the market. But I believe that these three companies will always be pioneers, whether you like them or not. They've really shaped the trajectory here despite the different approaches that they take to solve the problems that we're having in the automobile industry. So with China's automobile boom really peaking over this last decade, there have been so many new car brands coming out, and most of them have failed to create a product that actually works. These three companies have not only been pioneers, but they survived the wave of mass automobile production, and they became the future of the automobile industry, many would say. This is an industry that requires lots and lots of capital, and one of the reasons that these three CEOs and companies survived is because these guys are extremely good at raising capital. They've all been serial entrepreneurs in the past, and this wasn't their first rodeo as far as the entrepreneurship. All three of their CEOs know how to use the most distinctive product positioning to attract the capital market and target groups in early stages of car manufacturing and in the early stages of developing the actual product, which is the new energy vehicle, and developing a product which would go on to shape the market. And I think that's something that makes them so successful, is getting in early, making tough decisions, and doing it before the competition has come. We've seen with Tesla, there is so much value in a space like this, in any space, with being the first to market if you can do so successfully. And Tesla's not even the first to market, but I would say they're the first ones to do it well. Also, these companies have proven to be really good at market segmentation, in my opinion, really differentiating themselves from the competition. For example, NIO chose to be a luxury brand. They chose to start off with only SUVs. They chose to go big on battery swapping, which I'll get into later in the video. But long story short, after years of development, these companies have really managed to capture the world's attention and really captivate the world. They survived many trials and tribulations as the first batch of Chinese new electric vehicle car makers in the US stock market. It seems like every year there's new forces coming out of the blue to come compete with them and try to capture a piece of the pie, which is the EV market. These companies have helped to promote Chinese power battery firm CATL. Their first generation goods have opened up a new segment of the consumer market for the brave consumers who want to try new things like the first Tesla owners. But although their early product positioning has numerous advantages, it also comes with many obstacles, which makes these companies have to be very agile and move with the industry and sometimes waste tons and tons of money in the process. XPeng has really doubled down on autonomous driving. XPeng announced XPilot 2.0 in 2018 with adaptive cruise control, remote parking, high-speed pilot-assisted driving, and urban MPG. After 2019, Li Auto and NIO started their own research on autonomous driving. So I make that point to say that these three companies have really been a story of iron sharpening iron so far. Li Auto's range extender factory's delivery was delayed in August last year, and the reason for that was because of the Sichuan power cuts, while the NIO ET7 production was lower than projected due to die casting part shortages. In an interview with the media, Li Zhang explained that the three new forces concerns are all related to the slow pace of second generation products. In other words, with severe market rivalry, buyers no longer have tolerance to wait months or even a year for new cars. Li must provide high expectation items and reduce the delivery cycle to improve the user experience. Li and others are seeking the best answer, but they can't develop all the fundamental hardware or vertically integrate the supply chain. Yet Li's three companies are developing self-driving chips to improve smart technology for future competition. Although the three companies never seen each other as competitors, with the increase in products, the three families of We stepped on each other for a while. Li Bin, CEO and chairman of NIO, claimed that the ideal car will have several enormous screens after the ET5 is debuted in 2021. He Xiaopeng wrote on social media, "In a brutally competitive global market in a non-fast moving product business, good product depends on accurate positioning." Li's three founders continue to compete even after their second generation's products debut. Li, who was expected to build an intersection or even a competitive connection in the market, began to expand the gap between the three in second generation product stage due to their strategic triumphs or blunders. Li Bin and He Xiaopeng also started avoiding social media. This year, Tesla is still destroying its opponents with price reductions. BYD is aiming to divide the world with hybrid technology, and more second-tier new forces are using attributes as well. On the other hand, the market generally believes that players in the market have ended, and the window of opportunity for new brands is steadily closing, making it harder to develop a new brand. However, as the market opens, supporting facilities mature, and under Li's initial market exploration, there are more and more mature companies with battery replacement, range extension, and intelligent driving capabilities. The new energy vehicle market has truly entered an era of thousands of flowers blooming, and the rolling effect has begun. Mercedes-Benz is coming, and they're coming fast. They're projecting that they're going to have an extremely good year in 2023. This also means that in the new stage of marketing intensification, Li's market position will only be scattered in different directions, and the test for them will only become greater. If NIO doesn't continue to deepen the battery swap moat, then other competitors may catch up, and Li Auto will release a pure electric vehicle to compete with many other brands in the pure electric space. Although I'm not really a fan of Li Auto, and I see what they're trying to accomplish, but I think they may have sacrificed a bit of the future for the short term. In the past few years, Li, who has gone from 1.0 products, has encountered similar problems at similar development stages, but their differences lie in the different way of solving problems. I think they all managed to survive because of their different ways of solving problems. Today, of course, they remain competitors, and they continue to solve problems in different ways and continue to write their own stories in different fields of the industry. And so I think that their stories should always be remembered when it comes to the Chinese EV market.